Philip, what reactions do you have for us to this news of 5,200 troops extra going to the border?
I can tell you that Democrats across the board and a lot of other experts of no particular political party see this exclusively as a political stunt because of the timing. This is coming exactly 1 week before the midterm elections in the United States, at a time when the US president wants one of the main talking points among voters to be illegal immigration. He wants to move away from other subjects like hate crimes, for example, and other crimes that might have been motivated by the rhetoric of US President Donald Trump himself. So what we're seeing here are our troops that are being moved very quickly to the southern border of the United States. There will be 5,200 most likely altogether. That will be adding to the National Guard troops that are already on that same border. These are active duty soldiers that will be sent to that border, and they will be seen there as early as this or next week, which means that there will be footage of US soldiers on the border with Mexico ahead of the midterm elections here in the United States. Now, the president, as you said, has called the caravan that is moving through Mexico right now an invasion and a national security threat. It's neither, of course, and it is nowhere near reaching the U.S. border with Mexico at this point, and it certainly won't be there before the midterm elections. This is still very much a developing story. We have seen these caravans before, and they have never reached the border in these enormous numbers. A few thousand right now moving through Mexico. We believe it'll take around a month or even 2 months for them to reach the border, and usually a lot of them don't make it all the way, because remember, this means walking days on end for over a month. In the past, that simply hasn't been possible for migrants who have tried to get to the US border with Mexico.
And Philip, a week before those elections, Donald Trump also saying he plans to abolish the right to citizenship for anyone born in the US.
Yeah, the president is talking all about immigration, be it legal or illegal. He was asked about this in an interview with Jonathan Swan on Axios, and he was asked about birthright here in the United States. Now, what that means is that any baby that is born in the United States to a non-US citizen becomes a US citizen. Now, this is something that exists in the United States. It exists also in around 30 other countries in Central and South America largely. And it is the 14th Amendment of the US Constitution, meaning it is enshrined in the Constitution. You can't just change that with an executive order. Though the president in that interview did indicate that he believes he can do this. Maybe this is not about changing the Constitution. Maybe it is simply another attempt to get immigration, illegal immigration, into voters' minds just 7 days before they all head to the polls. And remember that early voting is already happening in some US states right now. Whatever happens with this proposal from the US president, which, by the way, he first came up with on the campaign trail, this was a campaign promise, another one of those, there will be legal challenges if he tries to do something like this. It's, of course, a very serious matter. It's the president trying to change the Constitution with an executive order. In theory, that should be impossible.
Thank you very much, Philip. Philip Crowther reporting.